Now, according to my next guest, the root of all illnesses is not always physical. In fact, by getting to grips with our body's electrical system, we can overcome even the most serious conditions. And if you think that sounds complicated, wait till you hear what it's called. It's Plexus Bioenergy. And the man who's brought it to Northern Ireland is Michael O'Doherty. Michael, thank you for coming all the way from County Clare.
Thank you,
Tell
Gillian.
us what it's all about.
Well, what has been scientifically established, basically, Gillian, is that the human being is made up of energy, and that this energy vibrates electrically through your body. Now, if that energy becomes imbalanced, if the flow of that energy becomes affected in any way, then physically the body is going to reflect that in the form of some illness. And within the Plexus system, what we have developed is a series of hand movements to manipulate the energetic field or the energetic structure of the body, and this in turn will unlock the capability of the body to heal itself.
So is it a hands-on treatment?
It's a hands-off from the point of view of the body is concerned.
Okay.
It's a hands-on from the point of view of the energy is concerned. So your body's like a radiator. It gives off specific information. So around your body you have a field of energy. And basically when we scan the body, we are picking up specific blockages and specific information. And based on that then we proceed through a series of movements to correct that. And this then will enable the body then to heal itself from there.
Okay, you talk about blockages there. What sort of specific things do people come to you with? What sort of illnesses or conditions?
Yeah, well, basically people come to us with every type of condition because irrespective of the name on the physical symptom, the reality is that all illness begins at an energetic level. So once we can correct the energetic structure, then physically the body can begin to rectify whatever's gone wrong. But people would come with asthma, eczema, digestive disorders, depression. It's been very, very successful with a wide range of conditions.
So it's a self-healing almost.
Well, that's it. I mean, this is what we try to say to people, and people watching this program often think that maybe somebody is specially gifted to do this work. No, society have a right to be healthy, and we believe within our system that if we can educate people to confront their problems in another way, that they're going to exercise their right to be healthy. So certainly what we're trying to do is to empower people, to help them to appreciate that their quality of life can improve.
Well, do you find that people come to you very much as a last resort, that they've tried all other avenues, conventional medicine, kinesiology, acupuncture, all those types of things? Do you find that you're a last resort for them?
Well, that's true. I mean, in certain cases, I mean, over the years, certainly that may have been the case, but now people are coming to us often as a first resort, and we would have to recommend them to go to see their medical people to ensure that they have the various medical tests, so there's nothing seriously wrong.
So you work hand in hand almost with the medical profession?
Yes, we work, you know, the Plexus system has gone down the road of working hand in hand with the medical profession. And
no hostility there, no?
Absolutely no hostilities. I mean, even medical doctors themselves accept now that, you know, health is not contained within a capsule. They accept this, and many doctors will refer patients to us now. And I think one of the biggest problems and one of the biggest fears that the medical profession had was that, you know, that if people came to people like us, that they wouldn't be treated in a professional way. And the therapists that we train to do this work have to abide by a code of professional conduct that's in line with the medical code.
Fascinating stuff,
yes.
It really is. I only wish that we had more time to talk about it, but unfortunately the clock has beaten us. It's been fascinating. Thank you very much indeed, Michael.
Thank you, Gillian.
Now, I have to admit I'm still a bit sceptical about the whole thing, so let's put it to the test. Michael here has agreed to take on a number of Northern Ireland clients free of charge. He'll work with them over a week and we'll be able to watch their progress. So if you'd like to find out more, you can call us on Belfast 80 90 50. That number again, Belfast 80 90 50. And I'm afraid that's it from the weekend edition of UTV Life. Tina and welcome back. Now, last week we looked at a complementary treatment called Plexus Bioenergy, which very simply means healing physical conditions by treating the body's emotional system. If you remember, we asked you to call in and volunteer for some free sessions, and not surprisingly, the phones went absolutely bonkers. And out of over 200 callers, we've randomly selected 10. And they are Angela Rogers from Ballymoney, Bernadette Montgomery from Belfast, James Gildernew from Benburb, Kathy Cleary from Dungannon, Conor McEwen from Belfast, Joan Crummy from Cumber, Nuala Brady from Belfast, Isabel Dillon from Dunloy, Lisa Coleman from Portadown, and finally Charlotte Murphy from White Abbey. We'll be contacting all of you at the start of the week, and for the rest of you who called in, you might like to know that Michael will be organising clinics throughout Northern Ireland, and we'll be sending you out details of those. Now, last week we...
Now, in last Sunday's UTV Life, Gillian announced the 10 viewers randomly selected to take part in the bioenergy clinic, We took over 200 calls from people interested in this therapy, and I should stress at this point that this is not about miracle cures, but simply about teaching people to take control of their own physical and mental well-being. It's happening this weekend in Belfast, and we went along to follow the progress of one volunteer.
I've been ill for the last year and a half, but the last few months have been really bad for me, and I've had a lot of anxiety. And I feel that if I get able to control the panic and the anxiety within me, I'll be more than happy. I'm feeling a little bit excited, hoping that there'll be something there that will help me. A little bit anxious that maybe it's something that I won't like, you know, or it might do something to me, like against my religion or against what I believe in or something. But I think mostly I'm just feeling really excited.
We'll have nice soft music in the background and of course some oils burning, again to create the environment, the external environment, so that the body can feed off that. Then obviously, of course, we'll be taking the people into their own internal environment, and by taking them into their own internal environment, they will be exposed to what's really going on and what is causing their problems. And if they confront these problems internally the way we will teach them, then their quality of life can improve immensely. Over this weekend, we're going to be treating people from arthritis to skin disorders to digestive disorders. People have had various operations, very serious, maybe some terminal illnesses. But the attitude will be for us is to shift people's emphasis away from their illness and onto their health, because society knows everything about illness and knows absolutely nothing about their health. Okay, now just close your eyes and relax. And just visualize like a river of energy is flowing through your body, through the head, down through the body, down through every organ, muscle and joint of the body. And visualize that energy as it's flowing through your body, just washing away all that stress, tension, illness out of the body. So close your eyes and relax. Visualize the energy flowing through your body. Feel the abdominal area breathing at the same time. And be consciously aware that the energy has the intelligence necessary to go to where it's needed and correct what's going wrong at an energetic level of the body. What I have been doing with Bernadette is that I've been locating where the energetic blockages are. I've been re-establishing the flow of energy, and I've been teaching Bernadette what it is she needs to do specifically to confront her problems.
I feel great. I can't believe just how good I feel. I feel rested, I feel peaceful inside. The anxiety that I had has settled down. If I feel any better than this, I don't know. I mean, I feel so good. It's been the first time in a long time that I felt so good. It's like an answer to a prayer, really.
Well, success so far, but that's just one of our 10 volunteers, and I suspect that not all will have such a positive result. So on next Sunday's UTV Live, we'll be hearing from all those who took part to see if it is really working.
Now, it's that moment that many of our viewers have been waiting for. Does Plexus bioenergy really work, or is it just another passing fad? For those of you who haven't a clue what I'm talking about, here's a quick recap. We had the biggest single response to any item when we featured Michael Doherty on our show and offered 10 people the chance to take part in his bioenergy clinic. Bernadette, one of the volunteers here for her second session, knows what to expect and is much more relaxed and at ease. Michael and the team let their hands and minds do the work on our volunteers who suffer from a variety of ailments, from allergies to aching backs and anxiety to asthma. Believe it or not, everyone who took part in the sessions claimed there had been a marked improvement in their health and well-being. And for anyone who still feels sceptical, we hear firsthand now from some of the volunteers. And with me in the studio are three of the people who've been taking part in the experiment, along with bioenergy therapist Michael O'Doherty. Thank you all for coming in. Bernadette, if I could come to you first. What complaint did you come to the clinic with?
Well, I was suffering from great anxiety after having a very serious illness.
So obviously you felt then that the clinic had something to offer you that maybe conventional medicine didn't have to offer you?
Yes, yes.
And were you pleased with the response?
Very much so.
Yeah. So how do you feel now?
Well, I feel a lot calmer, and I feel that it doesn't get out of control anymore, that I know what techniques to use to help calm myself down again.
So you think that you'll be able to carry it forward into the future?
Most definitely.
Good. Walter, if I could come to you next. Were you optimistic whenever you went to the clinic?
Very. Actually, I went under duress because I was on a firm belief that there's no way that I could get help of any kind.
Right. And what sort of ailments did you have when you went?
Asthma, arthritis of the spine, angina, a couple of others. For instance, 7 years ago, my nose, I had an operation on it to scrape for the breathe.
Right.
It absolutely done nothing. I was on the verge of going through that again. I had my first night's sleep that first night.
After the class?
After the class, and I have a new person ever since.
That's
to
brilliant.
Be quite honest.
That's brilliant. Now, whenever you actually went in and you were undergoing treatment, did you feel anything?
I did, yes. There was like a cool breeze, flowing over me. And after I come out of it, my fiancée was there, and I said to her, listen, where was the fan? I still was sceptical at that stage, and she said there was no fan. Also, you get a pulling movement, and I tried to fight that.
Right.
But
so
thank God she forced me to go, because
well, yeah, you've heard of thank
there
for
is
it.
one thing I have to thank somebody else as well. There's somebody pulled out of this. My advice to them is come and see Michael.
Well, you never know. Now, Lisa, you had a few problems as well. What was wrong with you?
I had very bad stomach and back pain, and also I had asthma. So my mum rang up to see, and then I got picked, to go and see him.
And you feel the better for it?
Definitely. I'm so glad I went. I wasn't really sure about going at the start, but now I'm overwhelmed with no pain whatsoever, hardly left.
Michael, you're the man responsible for all of this. How are you feeling now?
I think it's great that these people have benefited enormously, and I know there are many, many others out there who can really benefit from this type of work, because at the end of the day, for us, there's no sort of miracle cure about this. It's a question of administering the therapy in the way we do to balance the flow of energy in the body. But the real key then is obviously to educate these people and the other people who came as to how they can confront their problems. Society realises this now,
Yeah, so taking it into the future then, people possibly will be thinking, oh, it's just a one-off or it's just chance or whatever. How would you propose to take it forward for every individual case into the future?
Well, obviously, of course, there will be demand, and for the last 10 years we've been working with this in Southern Ireland, the UK and Portugal and other countries, and obviously we're going to open up clinics up here, and we are going to train some therapists to make it available for the community here as well, Gillian,
So self-help's quite an important thing then?
I think it is. I mean, the real challenge now for these people is that they implement into their lives the tools and techniques that we've given them, and if they do that, their quality of life certainly will continue to improve, Gillian.
That's it, we're out of time. Listen, thank you very much indeed for coming in today. Of course, it's only been a week since the clinic, so it really is too early to tell if the benefits are going to be long-lasting. So we'll be catching up with our volunteers in a couple of weeks' time to see how they're getting on. And if you'd like to find out more about bioenergy, you can call 01693 68700. That's the clinic in Northern Ireland. And if you live in the Republic, you can contact their County Clare clinic, and that number is 00353 65 41844.